Hi, my name is Anna Zirkis, and I've been working as a geospatial intern for the Nature Conservancy this summer. The focus of my work has been on helping support communities with wildfires in Bristol Bay. As part of this, I created some Google Earth Engine code to assess both burn severity and vegetation recovery after a wildfire. And so today I'm going to walk you through that Google Earth Engine code and show you how to use it. All right, so this is the Google Earth Engine code, and this will be what it looks like when you open it up. So I will mention right off the bat that you do need a Google Earth Engine account to use this code. But that is free and pretty easy to set up, although I won't go into that in this video. But I will link some more resources about getting an account in that final report that I create. So what this code actually does, I've mentioned wildfire, but this code calculates the normalized burn ratio and normalized difference vegetation index. These are both measures that are really important for wildfires. So the NBR relates to burn severity, and the NDVI relates to vegetation recovery. So you'll notice with these indices, they have a D in front of them, and that means differenced. So we're taking let's say the pre-wildfire NBR, and we're also calculating the post-wildfire NBR, and we're calculating the difference between those two, and same for NDVI. So the first step here is to actually scroll up this bar, and then you will see the map, and you'll need to press run. Might take just a second, but this sidebar appears. And so this code up here, you actually don't need to touch at all, and it's just this sidebar that you will edit. So you'll start by selecting a fire, and these are filtered to wildfires in Bristol Bay within the past 10 years, so anything outside of that will not appear in this list. We'll go ahead and do the Coctuli River fire, which was a massive fire in 2022. And then these dates here, you'll notice that they are filled in, but that is just default. So that it's actually for the Coctuli River fire. So if you're looking at any other fire aside from Coctuli River, you will need to edit these dates. So the pre-fire date is, I did one season before the wildfire, so Coctuli River was in 2022. So these are the summer of 2021. And it's also important that these are summer dates. And then post-fire, preferably that's the same season as the wildfire, so in this case 2022. And again, try and keep it in that summer range. And then current would be the most recent season, summer season. So the way it'll work is that NBR looks at these two right here. It differences the pre-fire and then immediately post-fire, whereas NDVI differences the pre-fire and then the current season. With these dates filled in, you'll then choose the satellite platform, so that's either Sentinel-2 or Landsat 8, and it just gives you a little bit of a choice. They're pretty similar, but they've got some different resolution and time frames, how often they collect data. So if you're having trouble with one, you can just go ahead and switch it. And then if you do switch anything, you can just update this map here. So you can see that the data is already starting to load. Not quite all of it. This will show you what has loaded so far. If it's taking a little bit too long and you don't need everything, you can go ahead and just uncheck some of these and that will make it run a little bit quicker. But I will go through these. This is just the raw imagery, and that will be a kind of a median composition of the summer images. And then the actual geometry, let's see if we can get that to load here. And then it'll also give you just the raw outputs unclassified. And then this is the classified images, which is probably what you're most interested in. So you can see on the left here that we've got legends that pop up. And then we can toggle these on and off here. So you can see for the Coctuli River Fire, this one is NDVI right now, and there's pretty high vegetation loss across the board, or some areas of no change. And then this will be NBR, and that right there looks like there's a lot of high severity fire damage right there, but definitely still some areas of unburned area. And you can see that that really does correlate with the NDVI values. You can see that unburned area right there. So now that you've got the data, you probably want to download it. And the way to do that is actually you do need to uncomment a line in the code. Let me see here. Instructions are right there. So it's lines 369 to 390. So we'll scroll down here. So if you do want to download, you can go ahead and uncomment those. So meaning those lines will now run. So once you hit run, you will need to re-put in the details here. So we'll do the Coctuli River Fire again. There it goes. And then in the tasks, you'll see DNDVI and DNBR, and those are the classified images. And then you can hit run on that. Shouldn't need to change any of these unless you want to change the names of files, and it will export to your Google Drive. So you can hit run. Same thing with this one here. And then it will submit those and take a couple of minutes, and then you'll see them appear on your Google Drive. I'll also take a minute here on the console. You'll see that some things popped up once you ran it. So that's the collection sizes. And those are important if you have really small collections. The images and the data likely aren't very accurate. It's better to have a lot of images for that average. So if the collection sizes are less than 3, an error will pop up, and you'll need to either edit your dates or the satellite. So just good to note those. And then a histogram will also appear for both the NDVI and the NBR. So you can hit that to download and view them larger. So if we check on our tasks, yep, they are still going, and that will just run automatically. And that's about all you need to know for running this code. Pretty straightforward, but again, if you have problems, I'd recommend changing either the dates or that satellite platform, and hopefully that will help. I hope that this video and explanation helped, and good luck running the code.